Okay, in today's video, what I'm going to cover is some things about the OEX and the MIDs that is something that we watch every day to help us gauge directionality and strength of the market on a day-to-day basis. What I want to look at, or I just want to show here, is this is the beginning of the day, or the open, I should say. And you can see that the OEX opened weak and opened down while the mids opened up. And for the first half an hour of trading, you can see the mids were rallying from a strong open. The OEX found had a lower opening, found support here, and was coming up near to Friday's high here, and then the opening high here, and you can see the mids were well above that. Now, what I want to point out here is just the two areas where these arrows are located. I'm going to go through something on the E-mini chart as soon as I get done with this. What I want to point out here, though, is that two things. Where you see this line started to be drawn, this is the point where the mids, while they had started off driving the market higher, the OEX was lagging. This is where they started consolidating and moving sideways, and you can see we had the high bar here, and then a red bar inside, up bar, and then a down bar here. And you can see the OEX was below these highs right here, and then they both came off. Now, right here between 10 o'clock and 10:30, you'll notice a changing of the guard, so to speak. You can see that these arrows, the starting point and ending point of these arrows are at the exact same spot. What you'll notice is the OEX, during the length of this arrow, every single bar was making a higher low, and also a higher high for the most part, barring this. And you'll see at the same time the mids were going lower. Now, I just want you to remember those two times, between 9:15 and 9:25, and then 10:10 to 10:35. Okay, what I have up here now is an E-mini S&P chart, and I also put the OEX on here on the bottom, just so I can show a few things here. The market opened here, and this low right here coincided with the Globex low. So the OEX was opening weak, and the ES found support on the Globex low. So below here was obviously going to be a point of weakness and a significant point to watch. That rally that I told you that the mids were driving came up here, and let me see if I can move this over without messing it up too bad. Well, you know what? This line right here at 1374.75, that's the high from Friday. That's what this line coming in here is. So now what you see here is this is the rally that was being driven by the mids, and it came up to where I remember we said the OEX was below its coming up to its opening high, and the highs from Friday, it was well below. This area right here was an area where potentially we were looking for a reversal. Now you can see that it broke through this double top by a tick and then reversed down. This was a scalpable move, a scalpable trade at the time. And anyway, but then what I want to point out is that crucial time that I was talking about, that was between 10:10 and 10:25. That's this move right here. This is where the OEX, we came off of this high, which if the OEX were to continue down and start leading on the downside, the mids give up, the day becomes a downer with the OEX out in front. the confirmation on those trades, or in that kind of a scenario, obviously we have to exceed the geometric one-to-ones that are our implied supports, and work setups off of that type of thing. You can see that the market declined 2 points, came down right above the open actually, and it found support, and then it kind of went into a sideways move. Well, in this sideways move, look, the OEX, this is where the OEX was going higher and higher and higher, while the mids were going lower and lower and lower. This was the changing of the guard in here. This turned the overall day from a potentially bearish day into a bullish until proven otherwise day. And even though we were going sideways here, what I want to point out now is after that point in time, you can see a couple of things. One, the OEX pushes to a new high here, while the ES remains contained below its early low. We're moving across here. The OEX remains strong, and then we have a simultaneous breakout here. Now all through here, like I said, the market is bullish and going higher until proven otherwise. There was a target that we'd been watching since last week that was nearby. Let me see if I can't throw this up here for you quick. Okay, this is showing before today's open. This is an hourly chart, a 60-minute chart, and you can see that this rally that we've been on has a one-to-one target up here at 78.25, and that was a target that we started watching after we broke out above this high as a potential one-to-one target. Now this was the magnet that we were looking for, and once the OEX started showing signs of strength, signs that it was going to lead, this became the target, and the only question then was by what path are we going to take to get there. So let me get back on my other chart, and I'll step through just a couple other things before we wrap this up. So here you can see like I said, the OEX changing of the guard and starting to lead on the upside, and a breakout here confirming this ES breakout where now that level of 78.25 that level of 78.25 is up here, and it is a target. You can see that we moved higher. We did not come back inside the retracement, I should say the breakout point, and we went into a long area of consolidation. And the important note here is that the afternoon, this was not much of any kind of a move. This target was firmly was on our radar, and the bull move was firmly intact given the action here. And what I want to point out on the OEX is these series of higher highs while we're in this consolidation. A higher high here, a higher high here, and a higher high here when it's false breaking. These aren't necessarily trade entries. They can be, but they're scalp entries in the sense that the target up here is pretty close by. But the other takeaway from that is that the bull case was firmly intact, and you can see that it did. It traded up higher exactly to the tick, and hit our one-to-one target. And I'll flash that back up here just as I end this now. And here you can see that the target was achieved, the plus 27.25 one-to-one, and the market did not come appreciably off of that level until after the cash close, or just coming into the cash close, and then it came down just a bit off the highs. And the other thing that was significant on the day, or at least I guess noteworthy, was that the Dow very, very nearly hit 12,000. They missed it by 2.75 Dow points. They got to 11,997.25. So anyway, I'll wrap it up there, but I hope that helps enlighten your thinking as far as how we can watch and use things like the OEX, which is the major component in the S&P 500, with a 66% capitalization weight, in comparison with the mids at a 33% or 34% capitalization weight. So where the OEX leads, the market will follow, even if it's a slow grind. We're always watching the OEX for a hint on which direction we need to be looking in, and then we use our geometry tools to keep us on the right side. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.